So this belt, I use it to beat the dogs, to give me some humble time to sleep, you see. Exactly. My grandma used to tell me that my mom is a very generous mother. Yeah, generous mother. And she really loved people. And she told me that she failed to understand why she ran away. Oh, my name is Patrick Dev. I'm a student at Thika High School for the Blind. And I was born in Kisumu at a place called Molem. My mom is called Rose Awar. When I was born, at the age of 3 months, I lost my sight slightly. And my mom flew away. Yeah.
So basically at the age of 3, I want to believe you were not in a position to know anything that was happening around you.
Yeah.
How did you know your mom flew?
Okay, I used to hear people around. I used to hear my fellow kids around calling their mother, mom, calling their calling men, dad, you see. Now I wonder, me I normally call only shosh. I call only shosh, and I don't have a mother, I don't have a father, you see. So I asked my grandmother, because I identified that I was living that life of an eagle, and I asked my grandmother,
By life of an eagle, you mean?
When an eagle gives birth to its young one, you see, he will stay with the young one for some time, but later on, take the young ones, put on its feathers, and release them to face the world.
Exactly.
Yeah, you know, the world is full of challenges. That's why even when a baby is born for the first time, the baby must cry. Because this world is not an awesome place to it has got a lot of challenges and controversy, you see.
Exactly.
Yeah,
totally
but those challenges and controversy, they're there to strengthen us, you see. She told me that my mother kitted when she was forced by my condition to kit. It was not her wish to kit, but it is my condition, which is this eye deformity, this myopic condition. It is the one that forced her to go.
How was life like with your grandma?
With my grandma, I used to face many difficulties because I was a small kid. I could be isolated because of the condition. By other kids, when they go to play, let's say football, they go for their picnic around. When they want to roam around, they will leave me in the compound. Leave me. Now I could meditate under the trees and ask myself, why am I being isolated, asking such questions, you see. Trying to look for better ways on how I can be identified, you see. Yeah, in the society. But I was being undermined, underrated.
For how long did you stay with her? And where is she now?
Okay, my grandmother, she died. You see, she died on 2014 when I was still in Meru. You see now, after when I was born, you see, I stayed with grandma, but I didn't stay with her for so long because there are those my uncles, you see, my uncles now, my grandma's sons, you see. Yeah, they said that I should now look for my home because every boy child should look for where his home is, where his fatherland is. Now they told me to walk a mile and look for my dad's home. Now I left home. Yeah, I left home and looking for my fatherland. You see, and now
where did you go to, or where did you end up?
I didn't even go very far. I just landed on the street of Kisumu, the same town where my motherland is. Yeah, just landed in the street of Kisumu now, lonely, trying to hustle, begging around, you see. But I went and mixed and joined other street boys who were there. Now I could try to learn their lifestyle so that I may adapt to their lifestyle, to their kind of living, you see. So I could see them going begging. Sometimes they snatch people things, you see. But me snatching people, I was afraid because I know that my sight is not good. I could be hit very badly. But I could beg with them, you see.
How old were you?
I was 8 years old. Yeah.
At 8 years old, in the streets, begging?
Yeah. In this street, I stayed for around 3 years. I stayed for 3 years.
That is from age 8 to 11?
Yeah. Within that period, I came to meet a certain blind guy. He's called Mandela. Yeah. And I talked to him and asked him whether he can host me, because I saw him blind, and I said that, you know, birds of the same feathers flock together. So I decided to approach him and ask him if he can host me, and he told me he can host me, but not for so long. Yeah, because he was to go to Kenyatta University for further studies, you see. Oh yeah, and then I stayed with him for some time, and in that period of time, I used to stay with him, and still hung around begging for money because he couldn't provide me everything. He gave me just he accepted to host me alone, you see.
So you probably stay with him, come to the streets, beg again, but at least you had a place to sleep.
Yes, I had a place to sleep, but in that process, my grandma came looking for me. And she found me on the streets begging. Yeah. Then she told me to go with her.
You went back home?
Yeah, I went back home.
After 3 years?
After 3 years. Yeah.
Now, how do your uncles receive this news, given that they had first told you to go and look for your dad or something?
Right at the gate, when we were about to enter the home, I found my uncles. They had that stone face, you see. They had not that welcoming face of someone can realize that he's welcome, you see. Or, yeah, and
he's back again.
Yeah, he's back again home. He had not that face. But my grandma had a good heart. She asked me if I'm willing to join a special school that I've never joined, so that I may pursue in this life as a partially blind person. Because she told me that there is a place for everyone in this world, and I told her that I'm ready. Yeah, and for that case, she took me to her daughter, who was a house help in Meru. My grandma told me to stay with her for the period of time, as I'll be schooling. Yeah, in a special school called St. Lucy's. It was a primary school. My grandma could hustle around, and and the daughter also, to make sure that they could contribute, to make sure that at least I'm learning. I can speak French, and I can speak French very fluently.
Very fluently?
Yeah.
Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Je m'appelle Kevin Momagne.
Et moi, je m'appelle Patrice David, du lycée TK de Malvoyant. Mais mon campagne est Kisumu, et maintenant j'habite avec Mère Pauline.
Okay, you just need to hold it there, because my French ends at bonjour and merci.
Oh yeah. The time I did my KCSE.
KCP.
Oh, okay, KCP. I'm sorry, KCP. Yeah, I quitted. I left Meru because my aunt told me to go to my countryside. Okay. To relocate to the countryside where my grandma belongs. My grandma had already died in 2014. Now I had that fear that how can I go and pursue my dream in countryside where even they don't want me to be, you see. So I decided to walk in Nairobi, try to look for Mandela, this guy whom I met in Kisumu. Yeah, Mandela received me very well, and I stayed with him not for quite long. And at some point of living with him, he told me that now he would like to marry, and he asked me in good heart. He asked me if I will be comfortable because the house is single, and he was not in the position to rent a very big house to also accommodate me. You see, He asked me if I was in the position, if I could persevere, and I told him no. If he wants to marry, I can leave. I will not lack somewhere to go to. And he asked me, where will I go if I leave? I told him that I would survive, because I had already identified that my life is that kind of an eagle. And as long as I don't tamper with anyone's peace around in the environment, I can sleep anywhere and wake up in the morning and continue. He told me no, he knows a very good mother who is good-hearted, who is very kind and very loving, who treats people very equally. So yeah, that way, and I was brought here and I talked with Ma'am Pauline. She really welcomed me like a person he knew there before. And I was even wondering, hey, so mothers like Ma'am Pauline exist in this world? Who doesn't know you but welcomes you like she knew you there before? Right now I live here. Yeah?
Here?
You see here? That's where we are seated now. This is my bedroom. You're talking in my bedroom. You see the way I love you? I've said...
You've hosted me
in my bedroom. You see? You see it? Yeah, it's a bedroom, and as you see, yeah, this is my bed. This over here.
It's that one, eh?
No, yeah, my bed is around here.
Around here. Probably you might not be able to see it, but we took it out of here and used it where there is some light.
Over there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So at night, I could come. I always come at this end. Yeah, pick one blanket. Then
you could show me how you...
Yeah, how I spread, how I make my bed.
Who helps you spread?
Oh, I spread by myself.
Sure.
I told you disability is not inability, so I do it by myself.
Okay.
I just do it this way. Yeah, you see, with this one I normally assist my friend with this one because these things are little. These cushions are little. They're not many, and we are many around here. Now they're not sufficient to everyone, so we usually share. Like when I come here at my bed, you see it, I remove it, and now use this one. My legs always. Can I demonstrate for you?
Why not?
Okay, hold this one for the neighbor. Yeah, I usually come this way, remove my shoes, take the blanket, yeah, and do it.
What about your specs?
The spectacles, I always remove them and put them very far from the dogs, because the dogs might come and knock them, and to find another one is always not easy. Yeah? Sometimes I sleep, the dogs come around, they bite my blanket. But you know, I normally remove my belt. When they come, cane them, they go back.
At night?
Yeah, I give them a stopping. It is called, I call it stop a bit thing. The dog comes, bite my blanket, then I give it a stop a bit so that I may sleep. Okay. You see. Yeah?
And then you say it's a good night.
It's a good night, and I meditate this way, meditate for a while. I can think about life, how to pursue this life. I can think on how to compose my songs. Sometimes at night I may sleep this way, and some lines of spoken word just chip in my brain, and I form the spoken word. Almighty Father, najua cameras zako zinaniona, naomba usiniweke behind your cameras, pia zisiende off juu usiponiona nitazidi kulia. From a no home to Rehoboth, Ma'am Pauline's home. Tani nimeroa mpaka nikakuta Ma'am Pauline akanipatia hope juu elimu maisha yenye patikani vitabuni chuoni hadi kanisani, but kutembea kwingi kwa shida nyingi ndio ilinifanya nikujue. Elimu ya maisha kwani mwisho wako ni wapi? Nimechoka mimi. Asante Ma'am Pauline kwa kunipatia motherly love. Na naomba Mungu aingilie kati, anipatie fatherly love juu. Sijui madhangu wako wapi, budangu wako wapi? Elimu ya maisha si kama sabuni ya geisha nyokioga nayo inaisha. Like Nelson Mandela, never stop learning because the world will never stop teaching you. Umenifundisha bila kutaka mpaka nikachoka. Na madai story kama history. Na hii message ikute my uncle. Mwenye hawezi hisi mimi binadamu, anataka nitoke damu kupitia elimu ya maisha. Lakini pole kwako na ufagie kwako. Elimu ya maisha kwani mwisho wako ni wapi? Nimechoka mimi.
But are you comfortable here now?
Yeah, this is where I find all my peace. My peace is here. The love and peace is here. This is my bed, and I prefer it rather than being in a house in a house with very good beds, and I don't have peace of mind. I don't have peace generally. I don't have love, and I'm being hated and isolated.
What happens when it rains?
It rains. Sometimes you are rained on. Yeah, because there's some. When you look at the roof over there, you'll be able to see some holes.
Exactly.
Yeah, and even the wind always come with some splash of water.
Okay.
Come and splash on us. And I like encouraging people not to lose hope in life, not to give up, because in this life, God, our future, God has the future of each and every person.
Exactly.
You see, so I believe that not even me alone, that everybody will achieve it in life. It's only that the time of God has not reached, because they say God's time is the best.
Exactly.
And I believe that everyone is an achiever in this world. Everyone can pursue and achieve his or her ambitions. Yeah.
Come what may.
Yeah. You see.
Do you feel like life would have been different if probably you knew your mom and stayed by her side all through?
Yeah. I think life could be different in this perspective. Yeah. I could have received that motherly love and knows how someone who has mother feels, and maybe and also acquire those principles that a child should acquire from the mother. You see, even though I don't know the principles, but I believe that all that I've read in books diligently are enough for me to get the principles that I could acquire from the mom automatically without me even going to the books.
Exactly.
See, yeah. And I believe also that I could even get the fatherly love. I could be in my fatherland. I could be having maybe that house, we call it Simba. In what they call it Simba. Yeah, that house I could have it, you see, and live like any other guy who has got both parents.
Exactly. What would you like your mom to know as at now?
With my mom, I would like her to know that I still really love her very much, and I would like to know where she is and see her. For the first sight, I see her and see that she is my mom, and at least ask her some questions that I've been asking people and they fail to answer me, and have her back, you see, yeah, and embrace her with a lot of love, you see, without harboring any hatred. Yeah.
Have you had probably the opportunity of even seeing a picture of her or anything?
I've never seen her picture, but my grandma used to tell me her stories, but I've never seen any of her picture.
What kind of story?
Okay, my grandma used to tell me that my mom is a very generous mother. Yeah, generous mother, and she really loved people. And she told me that she failed to understand why she ran away. She told me that, yeah.
Exactly.
In summary, she didn't tell me much, but that's the only story she told me before she passed away. Like, that's my grandma. Yeah.
And that's what you hold on to today.
Yeah, hold on to today, right? Yeah.
If our miracle were to happen right now,
if miracles were to happen right now and regain back my sight, I would walk outside there and look for my mom, because maybe she's somewhere not in a very good condition. Maybe she's suffering somewhere. She's guilty that maybe she might be caught because she left a very young baby. You see, I would like to meet her and tell her that all is well. Tell her that I need her. And there isn't any problem back that she might face when I meet her.
Exactly.
Because I'm really longing to see her, talk to her, and be proud that I've received my mom back.
exactly.
I'm very happy for her.
It's been now 20 years or something.
Like 20 years now. Yeah.
What's her name again?
Rose Awar.
Rosa War.
Yeah, Rose Awar.
Your son misses you.
I really miss her. I wish she could see me wherever she is and know that her son is really looking for her with a lot of love, without hatred.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Usichoke. Usichoke. Eh? What are your dreams? Probably, what do you aspire to be someday?
Okay, someday I would like to be an ambassador somewhere, or be a diplomat.
Exactly.
You see?
You're very diplomatic.
Yeah. Or work in county offices, because I would like to pursue IR.
International relations.
Yeah. I would like to pursue it. Yeah. I always admire this university called USIU. I like to pursue it like over there and achieve it in life, and even aspire and even inspire many people to be like me, those who are in the same situation like me, so that I may inspire them to be like me, to work to continue working the hard way and looking for opportunities.
You inspire me, my brother. You inspire me.